What's going on, everybody? It is me again, and it is time to lean in, bitch. Welcome to the lean. If you haven't been here before, welcome. If you have, welcome back. I'm Cortez, your host, and I'm here with Chase, Danny, and Jamie. We're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, episode 9, called "So You Say." And I didn't find out until the damn end of the episode what that meant. But if you watched it, hopefully you know what it meant. What's going on, Chase?
Who is Chase?
You, beloved.
I thought it was the big guy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to me, you've always been Chase. But if you want to address those little petty things, then hey,
you know what's going on,
Danny?
You know she does.
What's going on, Danny? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, Jamie. What's up?
Oh, I'm mad somebody called my friend the big guy.
Listen, if you are confused and lost about what this comes from, someone in the comments, one of our viewers referred to Chase as the big guy instead of his name, which is very rude, actually. But nonetheless, neither here nor there. We addressed it. It snipped his bud. All that. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. It's going to be a good show. It's actually great to be back because last Wednesday was such a great show. Not just because of the numbers, but the dialogue, the people the amount of growth we had within it. Overall, it was a really, really good episode for the lean. Not saying no taking it from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but we're doing our damn thing. And as I will always say, y'all better give it us while we are season 2 Nene, because we get to season 10 Nene, it's over. I'm just saying.
It might be
Can't
over
tell
for
us
us
shit
if we get to that Nene.
Yeah,
hello.
You know, we'll stay at season 7. We don't want to get to season 10 because season 10 became monsters.
I'm gonna stick to season 6. Season 6 Nene.
Okay, you're right. That's a good one. That's a fair Nene.
You know my favorite. If we're doing just really quick, my favorite Nene, season 5 Nene, Hollywood Nene. I love it. Go ahead, you guys. I just want to say that.
Oh, when she would let Candy go eat. She would let Candy in to eat.
Candy came at 2:00 in the morning trying to eat.
Well, listen, y'all was trying to damn eat, so it don't really matter. And shout out to everybody in the comments. I see we have JP Rob, Kyra, Carrie Conversations, Kylie. There's a comment I want to highlight right now from A because A said this is the true Watch What's Happening live. So shout out to A for that comment. Hey. We are very honored for you to feel it, but child, we ain't got that just yet. However, we're gonna be there.
I mean, if you look at their latest ratings, we're about right up there with
you. Know where you're right. You're right. You are absolutely right. Did anybody see the BravoCon tickets? That's I guess they released some other prices, but they released some better prices, some more affordable prices.
I saw them and I looked right over them.
Even the new prices?
I mean, with the way that tickets are going right now, just to get to the fucking thing.
That's true.
Now, unless the lead wants to foot the bill, or start a GoFundMe, as they should. It's a work trip.
Well, you only on 2 shows a week. You got to be on at least 5.
I was on 5, and then you told me in a group chat I need to let somebody else have a say.
This is true. Hey, Indigo Sage, I wanted to say, would y'all be interested? I know I'm jumping the gun. This is not my platform.
Oh,
but
God.
I don't know, honey. Would y'all be interested if the people from the Lean came on down to the BravoCon? Would y'all be interested in meeting us across the street for the Lean Con? Let us know.
Right, we're gonna be across the street from the convention center. And then come over to our little booth. It's gonna be free. We take tips.
We're gonna be in the La Quinta reception area.
Right.
Happy hour.
Okay. Let's get into this episode. We had not a lot to talk about, but a lot of things to mention. The episode to me was okay. I enjoyed some parts. But overall, I think it was a good episode. Y'all can say what y'all think in a minute. But let's get into the episode. So last week we left off with Sutton's her luncheon, and the luncheon when it left off, Lisa was addressing Sutton about the things that she said to Diana. Now, of course, Lisa was not. Rinna, keep saying Lisa. Rinna was not at the actual at Garcelle's event, so she's going by he say, she say, and she basically reports back to Sutton about everything she said. So in this episode, we were told that Garcelle was going to have to get a sister together, get a bitch together. We're going to talk about that in a second. I think last week I asked y'all, Do y'all think she gonna get her together? And so this week we find out, and I want to hear y'all in the comments and on the panel to say, do you think she got her together? There was a lot of conversation in the comments from last week's show that we did about how and when, how she should respond. A lot of good comments, whether I agree or not, a lot of fair comments. So we'll kind of get into that too. But the first thing that happens is they tell Sutton, specifically Renna, she tells Sutton that, yeah, you did have a conversation with Diana, but based off the talk I had with her, y'all not good. Like, y'all are not good. That she didn't really take it the way that you feel that she did. And Sutton is shocked. And we talked about this last week. And I was just like, I don't understand why Sutton has this, why she feels like everybody is like her friend, but why she tends to move on so fast. But I also have a counteract comment to her as well, because I feel like, do y'all feel like, as I'm watching the show now, I'm still Team Sutton. Do y'all feel like she does kind of deserve some of the things that she gets coming to her? Just
absolutely. We can. Okay. Sutton is great. I love her to death, but there are times when you're just like, girl, just maybe pick your battles a little more strategically, and it's okay to not have an opinion on everything that happens. Because she annoys people. She annoyed me her very first season, the first half of her first season. I did not like her until about halfway.
I loved her.
Well, they're really coming. I ain't like it.
I'm glad Jamie gets it, because Jamie is my Sutton.
I knew. You know what? I knew either you or Chase were gonna say that.
No,
it wasn't gonna be me. You could never Sutton me, girlfriend.
I only feel that Sutton deserves it when she tries too hard to get someone to like her. She should have told Diana to kiss her ass and kept moving. She deserves everything she got at the end from Diana. She deserved every bit of it.
Everything.
Yeah. Okay. So from that moment, as they're talking about it, Kyle jumps in and basically she makes a comment, and Garcelle shuts her down by saying, like, you were not there in the moment. You took to Diana's side so fast, and you seem to jump ship. And Kyle is kind of confused. She don't really understand what the hell Garcelle talking about. I'm like, girl, like, clearly you don't understand that you need to, as they say later, take a neutral side. But, from this moment, this is the first instance we hear, because we're going to hear this twice. So we're going to move past this right now. But you also see Garcelle kind of watching Erika's drink count. I know Chase had a comment about that a while ago with the whole girls trip. Yeah. But at this point, do you still feel like it's annoying for Garcelle to count her drinks?
Drink watchers, no matter the circumstance, to me,
so you think drink watchers annoying.
I get the sentiment. But like, you're sitting there watching her like a hot drink to drink. Like, I don't like shit like that. So for me, I'll never agree with that. I understand the sentiment. So to be very clear, I understand why she's doing it. I just don't like the way that she's going about doing it. I think she could be more direct instead of just sitting back and watching. And she's under this table, she's behind this corner watching her drink drinks. Like, that's too much.
I think she didn't address Erika for the same reason at the party. She was waiting to have a reason. And I think one of y'all mentioned it, that like, okay, she was trying to wait for it to calm down, I guess, or whatever. But I do wish Garcelle would be more direct. Like, if you have a problem with Erika, I know, Chase, last week you were upset that when Erika walked in, Garcelle didn't address that shit right away. And I think Garcelle was looking for a reason. I can understand, but it came off a little like disingenuous. Like, oh, well, I'm concerned for your whatever. And I'm like, girl, if you want to catch her in a lie and just tell her to fuck off.
And here's what, though. She already has a reason.
Yeah. You have a reason.
If you curse my child out, goddamn right, I'm counting your drinks.
but it's fine.
And I'm counting your days.
But like they said, be upfront with it. She's sitting like Octavia Spencer and Ma behind the wall laughing.
Wait, no. Who was another one? Oh, Marlo. Remember, Marlo was shaking that bang behind the
She said,
"He's driving, shaking that bang."
Oh yeah.
It's just she's not direct with it. So it's just like, I would have said, Erika, I thought you were only having one. I thought you said. I would have just flat out just said it out loud. You doing more than one tonight?
Yeah.
I wish you would.
See, David says, if you curse my child out, I'm throwing a drink, not counting it.
I'm counting. We're counting the drinks that I throw at you.
To go back to
yes.
To go back to what Jamie said, how we all wish she would have addressed her as soon as she saw her last week. That's what should have happened, because since she waited to address her, as you see, she didn't even get to finish. Kyle jumped in and distracted and derailed the whole thing.
Well, you come out.
We're talking about I'm sorry, but while we're talking about how the way that Garcelle chooses to address her issue amongst the group, let's also be very clear. Um, a lot of people felt that we were saying that Garcelle had to be the Real Housewives of Atlanta. While we like the Real Housewives of Atlanta and love them, we recognize that people are all different. So, Garcelle chooses to go about it the way that she chooses to go about it, but that doesn't mean that we're not well within our right with taking issue about how she chooses to go about it. So let's just be mindful of that moving forward. Just saying.
Yeah.
Chase, there's a comment here real quick. Hold on, I want to read this comment to you real quick. It said, Chase ain't the big guy. He is the moment. Okay, hey, that's Martin Luther Chase. It's Chase Luther King. It's Chase Luther King.
Chase Luther King.
Yes, thank y'all. You know what?
Go ahead, Jamie.
That one little comment, you know what I'm saying? It was addressed, but I'll say this. The love that all of us get on this show, on all the other shows, it outweighs any of those comments. People are, well within their rights to say what they want to say and have a difference of opinion. But what if we would have hopped down to the comment section to get with some of these people? They wouldn't like that. So I think that a little respect should go both ways.
Yep.
Well said, Dr. Chase Daddy.
Not daddy.
Wait, please look at
please,
wait,
not daddy.
You messy. Second of all, look at Antonio's comment. That's what I almost fell out.
Jamie, go ahead with your comment, please.
I was just gonna say, to piggyback off of Chase, we don't want Garcelle to be anybody and respond to things except the way that she responds. But I think, particularly being the first Black woman in a cast that has been homogenous for the last 15 seasons, we really root for her to come on and run shit. We want her to step in, big dick swinging first, and really run these girls that we have seen really backbite and really think that they hot shit. And we've seen for the last 3 years, Garcelle has almost gotten there and really hasn't. And we get frustrated. I've been a huge Garcelle proponent. I love her to death, but there are times when I'm just please cuss them the fuck out the way you cussed your husband out in that email. Please just do this. And I get why she doesn't, but I want it.
But she can. And I wish that it plays into respectability politics, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to get political, but respectability politics in the sense that for some reason there is something either A, holding her back from doing so, or this just is not her her character or her personality to be that person. And we need to get to that scene so we can talk about that scene. But are we at the scene? Because we're talking about it.
We're at the scene right now. We're at where Garcelle addresses Erika. So, of course, before that happens, they have this little moment where they call one of Sutton's Bumble match. So I was like, oh, look at Sutton. Her look. This lady is old as hell, acting like a 2-year-old. But I thought it was
stop that.
It was cute for her. But then after that, Garcelle does address Erika, and her exact words are, under no circumstances can you disrespect not only my child, but any child, And, Crystal in her confessional, of course, she ain't going to say it to the girls, not yet. She says that Erika owes her an apology. And I'm curious to know, did she say that to Erika in the scene that we didn't see last week? The scene they showed us a clip of? We don't know if she said that. Erika, she apologized. And she says that she was wrong, but she also says it wasn't coming from a bad place. And, Garcelle kind of speaks back and she says that, I think you need to balance your cocktails and your meds. And I thought that something's gonna pop out because honestly, if somebody told me that whether I'm sober or not, it's gonna be all type of things. I'm just saying. But Erika just basically said it's not meds, it's sleeping pills, it's narcotics. And I don't think there's anything better because that's worse. Anybody knows that.
I was
girl, you ain't helping your case.
I was like, that didn't really help you because anybody knows you shouldn't be taking narcotics and drinking alcohol. It's just it's the same damn. It's terrible. And so from that moment, Kyle jumps in again. Garcelle's like, this is what I'm talking about. You jumping ship again. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Erika. And Cherie jumps in and agrees and says basically what she wants you to be is a neutral party. And I'm glad that Cherie said something because if she ain't said nothing, Kyle would have continued to be combative about it. But it seems like she kind of took the hint that I need to shut the fuck up. And I'm glad she did. I'm really glad she did. Erika, she speaks and basically says that, even while being drunk, she gave basically like Garcelle, I gave your kids a compliment as a reflection of you. And I'm like, okay, that's all. But girl, like as if she was doing her a favor by saying, I think they're a great reflection of you. So nonetheless, what are y'all thoughts? Do y'all think that Garcelle got the bitch together as she said she would? And yeah, thoughts. Go ahead, Danny.
No, I don't think she got her together because Kyle jumped in and derailed the whole thing. Interrupted. And also, I'm still annoyed with Erika because of two things. I don't think the apology was genuine. I think the apology came from her knowing I don't have a leg to stand on, so I got to make sure I say the right thing. Yeah. I don't think she wanted to say sorry. She just knows how it would make her look. And then also, it's not genuine because, let's be honest, she wouldn't talk to Amelia, Dorit's kids, nobody else that way and say she's treating them like adults. Even if they were 15, 16, she wouldn't do that either. So it's just, I'm still annoyed with her for that alone.
Yeah. This is why I don't think it was genuine, because a genuine apology never has a qualifier. She said, you are right. I was dead wrong. I was talking to the kids like they were adults. I shouldn't have done that. But I need you to know that. And if it was a genuine apology, girl, that's all that it needed. I don't need any backstory on why you felt it was okay. I don't need any backstory on ABC trying to get you out of hot water. At that point, Erika was just trying to make herself look better. Whatever, girl. You said what you said, ended at that. She, like you said, she saw she was dead ass wrong. Garcelle was pissed off. I really wish Erika would have argued just a little bit. But, wow. I mean, Erika, because I would have wanted Garcelle to get her ass together.
You wanted her to argue to bet Garcelle would have said
do it.
All she would have said was,
but then also it would have been very interesting to see how the rest of the women who were outraged and horrified, particularly Crystal and Dorit, would have reacted if Erika had given pushback on taking accountability on that. That would have been more telling.
What do you mean? They didn't want her to apologize. They loved that she broke down and had fun. They didn't want her to apologize. What do you mean?
But in the confessionals, they're horrified. Oh my gosh, I completely support Garcelle.
Not Kyle.
But crickets.
Yeah.
But crickets.
We're gonna talk about this more, but Kyle is so damn. I think annoying. She really hates the old Erika and thinks that Erika is a boring ass woman to the point to where she will take anything that she gets from Erika, no matter if it's at the cost of being drunk, alcoholic. She's just glad that Erika ain't as boring as she used to be. Go ahead, Chase.
Well,
she thinks that she's doing Erika a favor, but honey, the grave you dig for one, you might as well go on and dig it for two, because she's burying herself in the process. Erika need to let her hair down, but not at the expense of anyone's child. And I think that, the fact that she has not verbalized that and she keeps butting in at the wrong fucking time, I think the reason why she kind of backed off is because Cherie kind of gave it that look like, come across the shit. Nah, you're going to stay out of it, right?
And you're not neutral. I'm going to not be neutral too. So do you want to go there with me?
Yeah, like what you want to do, right? Yeah. And I do want to say that, this kind of isn't really what it is. These Beverly Hills women, to have all of this money, sure do not know the meaning of phrases or words, because I think she kind of confused Kyle with that jumping ship thing. I think what she was trying to say was like, you're jumping off the deep end, like you're butting in, you're doing. Just say something else, like
sides, especially not knowing what's like. Stop picking sides. Stop taking sides. Just like Cherie said, remain neutral. Like regardless of your friend.
But when she said that, I was like, oh.
Allow people to have conversations and to have arguments without always feel the need to jump in. You know what I'm saying? Like let them solve it. And if it gets to a point to where it gets to, then you step in. But Kyle don't even let it get to a point. She just jumps in every time.
And she didn't understand Sheree saying be neutral because she looked confused, like she was trying to understand what the word neutral.
It was a big word for Elmo. It was a very big word for Elmo.
Wow. I wish Crystal would have butted in and said, "Do you understand the meaning of that, Kyle?" But did you do it? Of course not. Do I think the apology was genuine? I actually do. But and when you guys say the apologies with the butts, I think that the butt may have been more so for, I hate to be like advocating for Erika Jayne or Erika Nerati, whatever her damn name is. But I think that the butt was more so for television, because they have really been accused of being racist, or at the very least being microaggressive. And so I think she wanted to put it out like, this is the place where I was coming from. At the end of the day, it was still wrong. Now, Erika is the ice queen. So will we really know If she was
Do
genuine
you?
or not really. Do you know?
Do you know?
You know?
It was
And
just
then through
it's
another
so
microaggression, calling her kids well spoken. Her young
When
black.
I was, what is that about? Like,
it was the tone.
Well,
It
that's
was
what
the
I'm saying.
tone
That's
of
why I
they
feel
were
like the way that
so
she
well
said it was just
spoken.
like, you should be grateful
Touche.
I gave your kids a compliment.
That's what it is. It's
And
a
I'm just
reflection of
like,
you, baby.
okay.
When you were telling my son that you wanted to have a threesome with his baby
I was gonna
mama,
say,
you were not giving me a fucking compliment. Like it's
Yeah,
a very
I just
weird
think
hill to die on.
So take it back.
Honestly, I really want Garcelle to nip that in the bud too. I really
Yeah.
want like that. That's to me, that's like Garcelle. Okay, we got one child. What about the other one? I mean, regardless, he's a grown adult, but still, it's like
Well,
Erika,
and now she can't.
your old ass down. Like
She
So do you
can't
know
now
what?
because Sheree piped in. Because her best
But you
friend
know
piped
what?
in and said she wanted a threesome too. I was like, damn it, Sheree. Come on,
But
man.
in the totality of the situation, then I guess the answer no. And the reason why I say answer no, did Garcelle get the girls together? Answer no, because she didn't get them together. She just didn't, because they kept having dialogue about her child. They kept saying that the child was well spoken. They kept saying they want to fuck him. Let me make it very clear. The reason why I'm telling you in front of all of these ladies is because I want to be very clear with you. Don't you ever bring up my child again in any kind of context, okay? And I would have did it right there.
All right, Mother Chase.
She got on Kyle more than she got
So
on
answer no, she get the girls together. Garcelle is not in charge of the girls.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. And so if you're watching right now, whether it's live or the replay, let us know in the comments. Do you think, and this is your own opinion, do you think that Garcelle got Erika together in regards to her child? All right.
Do you think she would have gotten her together?
No, it ain't about a would. It's about what we saw on the screen. And I don't want to hear Garcelle say, child, they edited the scenes out. I don't want to hear that because, baby,
I'm writing fantasy fiction. I am writing fantasy fiction on how the conversation went.
You know what? I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to say Garcelle did get her together because Garcelle said what she wanted to say. Don't you ever talk to him like that again. She said what she wanted to say.
Yeah,
they did it right after though, Danny. Damn it!
Said what Garcelle would say. I don't think if she had said any other kind of way, I would be like yes, but I'd be like, damn, okay, is that really Garcelle talking? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not her.
Well, I think she would have because remember, 4 episodes ago she said, "God damn it, Erika, you're pissing me," or what did she say? "You're annoying the shit out of me. You're aggravating the shit." Like Garcelle would have got it together a little bit.
But you know, I feel like next week's deleted scene is going to be like Garcelle walking off with Sheree and saying, "I got those bitches together," and then like they cut to Garcelle and they cut to Erika, and Erika's telling Kyle, "I'm so fucking her son tonight." Like
what I get from this conversation, before we move on, is that everybody is gonna defend and raise their kids a different way.
Absolutely.
Everybody go listen. We all gonna be different mothers and parents and fathers or whatever.
Okay.
So
don't
now,
fuck
is the question, did she check Kyle? Because the answer would be yes. She definitely got Kyle together.
She absolutely checked Kyle.
This is the side comment. Y'all see that Kyle gave an apology to Garcelle about the scene where they were the KKK scene they had last week.
Oh my God!
They were talking about their little black boy being told by a white woman to get the fuck out of here. Yep. Remember that she actually apologized in the video. I saw the clip, but I was just like,
not genuine either. Only,
but I will say,
media backlash.
Don't ever let anybody tell you that social media bullying doesn't accomplish anything. Because we bullied that lady for 4 days.
It only accomplishes anything when it comes to race. Let's be clear. If it ain't got to do with race, because that's the same reason Renna just gave an apology or so with her and Brooks. They talked and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna skip past these other 3 scenes. Garcelle went shopping with a kid. He won't
like that
and stuff. It was cute, but nothing.
I'm a sneakerhead. And LA was tripping. They tripping out there. I'm a sneakerhead, bitch, and I wear my sneakers. I'm talking about like the price of those sneakers. They were like, killing them out there. Like killing them.
I think they were in one of those stores that has like it's not resale. It's like they buy them and resale. So that's why there are a lot of stores out there like that. Then we get Dorit and Kyle and Hanukkah. Dorit ain't got nothing going on.
I was gonna say that. It sounds like a friend of the show.
Dorit and Renna are just like friends. I mean, they are not bringing anything to this season.
And they're not needed.
Oh, that part.
Well, Dorit cried again this week.
That's not entertaining, baby.
And said Bubba.
At this point, it's been 2 or 3 months since that burglary. Girl gone.
I thought her kids were cute. Like, I'm glad that I'm glad that she is educating them on their heritage, even if she's not practicing anymore. That's cute. That
move along.
Look, I try to be positive. I'm the voice of positivity.
Move along.
Well, how about did anybody want to talk about the scene with Diana and her family? Was that a scene?
We're
good. No.
You know what? I sat and I watched her lick her lips. She did. I didn't count the times.
8 times.
Baby, she licked them lips a lot of times. 8 times? You said 8 times, Jamie? Oh my God.
Jamie, like a damn frog.
I feel like I'm being sexually harassed.
And look later, if you look at the dinner with Sutton, her lunch with Sutton, when she got there, Diana had full lipstick on. By the time lunch was over, it was all gone.
Well, maybe she has edible lipstick. I don't know, child. Because what the fuck is going on?
Do you remember when you were a kid and you used to drink the red Kool-Aid that came from like the little barrels and your mouth was all smeared in red?
No.
That's what Diana looks like. Y'all not gonna act like I'm the only poor one that grew up poor.
Well, Kool-Aid is not a status. Kool-Aid is not a status symbol of wealth. Okay, by the way.
All right, we got a super chat right here from Nina Batman. After what happened with Lisa, Kyle, and Kim, the way Lisa and Kyle are joking and excusing Erika's drug and alcohol problem is complete trashy BS. I completely agree, because in our next scene we're gonna talk about Kim. Kim gonna come up in a good way. And terrible for Kyle. So let's get into that scene while Nina brings us up. So Kyle,
thank you for your money, Nina.
Huh?
I was just thanking Nina for their money.
Thank you, Nina, for that. Kyle, Cherie, and Garcelle meet up, and first of all, I'm gonna say Cherie, she's looking like Inspector Gadget. Garcelle looking like Garcelle. I just can't. Like, I know we live in LA.
They share clothes.
I feel like I seen Garcelle in that same outfit in season 1 that Cherie had on.
Oh no!
I'm just saying. It may have been a different color. I don't know.
Cherie's alimony check must have ran out, because I don't know what Will Smith is.
Well, they share money and they're sharing clothes. What else you want?
Well, the son is 18. He ain't supporting her anymore. So.
All right. So outside of Cherie looking like a spy and Garcelle looking like the shooting star Tin Man, whatever. Garcelle decides that she wants to address Kyle again. She basically says she says that she addresses Kyle for excusing Erika's behavior. And the Kyle response is that it's only been 2 times. In other words, girl, just give her 3 more times to be drunk and do reckless shit. Like she deserves that. And that's basically what Kyle said. And Kyle, that's why I said I feel like Kyle is just so bored of Erika, which honestly, think about it. Erika has been a very boring young lady.
She is so boring.
She's been boring since she came. I said boring.
You said boring young lady.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Young.
Okay, a boring older lady.
She's older than my oldest brother.
To be exact.
And so, I think Kyle is I think the whole group is probably, outside of Garcelle and Sutton, are just excited to see her do something that's entertaining, whether even at the expense of being drunk. But Garcelle addresses Kyle with, you don't think it could lead to alcoholism? And, Kyle thinks it's a bit dramatic. Because Kyle knows an alcoholic when she sees one. Let's just be very clear. She had a whole early.
Hold on now.
I'm
not too much on Kim.
No. I'm saying this in the way of Kyle knows. So by her saying that comment about that, I know for a fact in her head she's like, because she even referenced Kim. She knows firsthand what it's like for somebody to not only be an alcoholic but also be accused of it, whether they're doing it or not. So I think that's, I'm thinking, Kyle, you also didn't really defend that previous alcoholic then
at all.
So I'm confused on why you're going to bat for Erika right now. I'm not really sure. We got to speak on it, but from this conversation, she just basically says those kind of accusations can hurt people. She's referencing Kim, and Cherie becomes a mediator in the situation, which makes me start to like Cherie a little bit more because she doesn't really know Kyle. We don't really know that, but she's kind of taken to Garcelle's side without actually taking to her side, not seeming biased, which is what I think Kyle needs to learn how to do. Thoughts on the scene?
Well, 2 things. First, I was very upset when I saw Cherie walk in at first because I didn't know Garcelle was coming, and I was pissed off thinking her and Kyle was having lunch alone. I was immediately upset.
No, she got to get in that French. Danny, she got to get in there.
Not with Kyle. With Jerry.
Well, actually, if we're gonna be honest, just because we don't like the bitch, Kyle's probably the one you got to get in with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And and then I have to be honest, I did not like Garcelle making the references to alcoholism and all that. I did not like that at all. I didn't like her trying to paint that picture of Erika or nothing because honestly, I hate to go back to what Kyle said, but 2 instances don't make you an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And even in 2 instances, you're still far away from being on the road to becoming one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Garcelle knows addiction as well. She's no stranger to it either.
And she might be triggered by seeing, And Garcelle might be triggered by seeing some of that behavior and what her son went through.
I feel like Garcelle's trying to nail Erika, you guys. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah. Well, this
was
Garcelle had her producer cap on for this scene. Great.
Overproducing.
I would have appreciated this more if she flat out said, "Your girl Erika has been sloppy multiple occasions. You got to tell her she got to get her shit together." That alcoholism, that's a reach. You're reaching a little bit. If you're pissed that the girl got drunk and fucked up your party, say that. I would respect that a lot more. But
there was a different way.
I just feel like when it comes to the pills and the drinking, I think you have a problem. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
And she's making bad decisions.
It's not.
You're making bad decisions.
Well, if you continue to do so,
it's poor word choice.
Because and it's like but the thing is, it doesn't stop. Obviously, it gets worse. Lisa Rinna steps in. They have an issue about it. So maybe there's more happening than what we see. I don't know.
No, I agree. Yeah. But I'm just saying the word was not alcoholism because mixing pills and that is a different. It's definitely an issue. Yeah, but it's not. It's abuse. Alcoholism. It could be.
I'm sorry.
Substance abuse. Period.
Yeah, alcoholism. Shout out to Indigo for this super chat too. She says no one likes lips. Thank you, Indigo. We ain't seen you in a while. You need to call in today, Indigo.
What the hell going on with Indigo?
Okay. Right. We thought I was about to send out an APB.
he really was not going to do that.
I wouldn't know how to do that.
He wasn't going to do it. But listen, if something happens, I will be, because I'm the first to always say when I'm right. I would definitely be the first to say when I am wrong. But her counting these drinks and doing this, it just feels like this is how she's fighting. You know what I mean? There's something about it. Right now, I'm going to be very early about it. Something about it feels a little Phaedra-ish to me.
Phaedra? Oh my God.
A little Phaedra Parks-ish to me. Like, fighting really dirty. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, when you piss Phaedra off, Phaedra used to fight dirt.
Yeah.
And we can have a debate about whether Garcelle is right or wrong to fight the way that she's fighting because she did cover that lady's child. And that's a different conversation. But for me, I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel that she is slowly planting these seeds with the girls to get the conversation going. And so to me, I don't know how I feel about that right now. We'll see as we go along. I said it and I ain't changing on it.
It's no different than like you have a friend. Who's getting way too drunk and doing stupid and doing drugs and embarrassing himself. You're like, girl, like you're doing the fucking most right now. You're making dumbass choices. I need you to straighten that shit up. But that doesn't mean your friend an alcoholic. That doesn't mean your friend is an alcoholic. It doesn't. It means your friend's stupid as fuck. And girl, get it together.
And Erika probably ain't mixing no pills. They're just trying to make a reason for her behavior.
And
I think a part of her. Go ahead.
Sorry. So she blamed. Oh, it's these new pills I'm taking that make me sleepy. I was like, well, what pills? Because I thought you said you have been taking this same anti-anxiety or mood stabilizer or whatever for the past 2 years. She said at the beginning of the season. Now all of a sudden she switched and she's sleepy. And I'm like, well, why weren't you being sleepy the last 2 years? Like, what are you doing? What have you been taking anti-anxiety medication? You on mood stabilizers? Is it sleeping pills? Like, girl, what is going on? Erika's just trying to.
So I'm gonna say a couple things real quick. As far as like the fighting dirty thing, personally, I don't agree with that. Just because she's not making accusations because she's seeing what she sees. The girl admitted to taking sleeping pills and drinking alcohol. So if she admitted to that, there's nothing that she can't even try to do no type of law or anything because Erika has already said what she's doing. Let's just be clear. Now, she didn't call the girl an alcoholic. She said,
what did she say?
It's the lead to alcoholism. That's what she said. She didn't say, do you think she didn't call him alcoholic? And I feel like by her saying that, she's safe. You know what I'm saying? She basically was asking Kyle, it was really it really was in Kyle's hand to make the accusation because he asked her, but she didn't. So I don't think that this is like a defamation of character, anything like that. No, it's not going their way.
All right, attorney.
I mean, I'm just
saying. You better pick their words apart, Cortez Shaw, attorney at law.
I do have
Kyle
three. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Any other comments on this scene right here?
Well, now that you have broken that down a little bit more, I actually think that it was a scheme that Garcelle set up to come to Kyle with the bullshit because she put it out there and she left it for Kyle to pick it up. But Kyle ride for Erika, so that's the wrong girl to be picking it up. She should have put it around Sutton because big Sutton ass gonna carry that. I think you think you're an alcoholic. Sutton would have picked that up. Kyle, because Kyle is not gonna go for it. But I don't know. We have to keep tuned. We're giving early predictions. We honestly don't know where this is going to go.
Well, it doesn't get better because next week is like
this comment though.
Huh?
I'm gonna listen to Torian because he
Torian is Torian's my
listen.
best friend. He's a nurse practitioner and a doctor nurse practitioner. So
I know
I'm gonna listen to him.
Well, but nobody is.
I'm sorry, Jayne. Could you read that comment really quickly, aloud?
The comments are killing me.
No, not your Torian's.
Okay, the comment
Torian's comment. It's small.
Xanax prescription taken away for being reckless with alcohol. It is a literal
absolutely. Yeah, nobody's arguing that. Like nobody's saying it's not.
Okay. Well, last year we had medical experts when Oprah and broke his ankle,
traumatic brain
injury, head injury, whatever it was. And this year we have all sorts of types of people. Okay, if somebody get hurt on live, we got a nurse right here on the line.
I listened to the doctors, PK and Mauricio, when it came to that.
Said, take the leg.
Get the brain. Let's save the leg.
Man, that is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in Beverly Hills. I swear.
Yeah, I agree. It's not like we all have different things to say about it. So, now the biggest this last scene, I broke it up into two parts. It actually was hilarious to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, I laughed so many times because I don't like Diana, but that lady is
funny.
Oh, she is funny.
I cannot be biased and be like, because I love Sutton and lie and be like, she is funny. And especially I think she's only funny because she's battling Sutton. Yeah. And so it's like she has an easy win. So Erika, so before we get to that part, Erika talks to Diana, and Erika, she's oozing over all of Diana's fashions and money. And she did say that she wasn't that broke. I'm like, well, how broke are you? Because you said you were broke, right? Last season.
Okay. And you're begging.
You're begging, right?
Borrowing and stealing.
But she talks about what happened at Sutton's luncheon. She says that Sutton thought y'all were good, and it actually shows a scene of Erika talking to Sutton. Now, why do y'all think Erika is being so cordial with Sutton all of a sudden? That's funny.
It's the pills. It's the mood stabilizers. You think it's the pills? She got the right cocktail.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Mama need to keep that diamond going, and so in the spirit of Housewives, you got to go along to get. You got to get along to go along. You know what I mean? And she's not going to be able to sustain a beef for her. And if we're going to keep it very plain and blunt, Sutton ate her ass up at the beginning of the season. Actually, I don't like you, and I don't want to be your friend. Whatever she told her. And she ate up for like 2 or 3 episodes in a row. Yeah. Erika had to drop it.
That's the real reason why I think she pulled back. She's not getting the Sutton from last season that she could walk over. Yeah. So she's like, I'm not even fighting this.
Well, and she's not getting her friends like backing her up either. Like nobody really jumped in to be like, yeah, Sutton, you're doing ABC except Lisa. And Lisa's all but iced out of the group because people don't give a shit about her. So she sees Garcelle and Sutton back there running it. Absolutely. And Garcelle, they tag team that bitch. So like, Erika, back up.
Frank says, keep enemies close. And you know what? In this conversation, Erika essentially, even though she's playing nice with Sutton, once again, she basically said, like, girl, I don't really like her. But for some reason, we in a cordial space. And she admitted that to Diana. And I hope Sutton is watching like, girl, I didn't befriend this lady again.
I want to know what reality Erika is reliving when she's talking to Diana, because she said multiple times, last year Sutton just came after me. Sutton made my life hell.
She said Garcelle and Sutton, but she said Sutton was the most verbal. That's what she said.
I said all Sutton did was ask, like, "Hey, girl, what's going on with these attorneys?"
But that's more than
shit?
Anybody else did. So Erika's
Exactly.
right.
Erika's really painting the story like every time Sutton saw her, it was on site. And I was like,
but that's why she's keeping her close,
was.
because she knows
a little bit
that Sutton
twice.
is the one. She's keeping her close because she knows Sutton is the one who will go dig up the rest of those articles, and we'll go read Ronald Richards on Twitter, and we'll go to Instagram and read everything that's going on, and bring it back.
She saw her friends agreed with her. She saw
right now was
right there, Kian.
Right now the topic is dead. They're not talking about it, so Erika's happy.
Okay. So Erika, we see Erika encouraging both Diana and Sutton to kind of, try again. Y'all should basically encourage them to have a sit down. At least that's what it looks like. So we get to the actual sit down. And I'm gonna tell you what was actually funny to me was actually on the way to the sit down when Sutton was on the phone with Garcelle, and she's like, "I'm a good person, I'm a good friend," right? And Garcelle was like a little hesitant. And Sutton was like, "Garcelle." like, girl, we filming, girl. Like, you gonna do me like that? I thought that was very funny. I love their relationship, but yeah, it's good to see that even Garcelle has her frustrations, because I imagine being friends with Sutton it's probably very interesting, probably a little difficult, not as a friend, but I'm sure she says and does a lot of stuff that's just like, now, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yeah, I love her to death, but I can see that, and we get that from that conversation.
I thought Garcelle's frustration was because she said she was going to try to give Diane another chance, and Garcelle was like, "Girl, why are you doing this? Like, why that lady don't fuck with you?" That's what I thought Garcelle was frustrated at. Not that because she said it may be a little bit of both, because she's like, "God damn, Sutton, how many times
you're getting on my nerves? I told you not to fuck with her.
I told you not to fuck with her.
You're getting on my nerves."
So the last
Diana really Sutton did a number on Miss Diana, because Diana sat there with Erika and was just like, "She's attacking me. She's so rude to me right off the bat. I don't know how do you move forward? Where do we go from here?" I'm like,
girl, Diana or Erika?
Diana, both of them.
So let's talk about this whole sit down and figure out was it actually, because I'm gonna say the sit down started off all wrong. For one, it started off all wrong because the first thing that happens is Diana, she's like, "So licks lips. What do we do? Licks lips and licks lips more." And so it's a terrible starting, because I feel like at least in all these sit downs we've seen people that go back and forth, they start out with some type of, "Well, what are you having to drink?" or something like that. Child, remember when Candy and Phaedra sat down? That was a very awkward moment. Like a very awkward sit down. This one was probably just as awkward and kind of stupid.
I love those moments in Housewives. I wish they would bring more of these.
But they're real, because it's like,
those.
how do you actually sit down with somebody you beefing with, all calm, willy-dilly, and just get into a conversation about the issue? So at least they weren't fake, and that comes up too. So Sutton starts out. She basically starts with how Diana called her clumsy a long time ago. She said, "Let's start from the beginning." She didn't like the comment, and Diana says that, "I didn't think you. When I said you were clumsy, I felt like what you said, that wasn't your intent to hurt anybody. Now I think you actually meant to hurt somebody. I think you ain't clumsy. You just fucking falling over and shit. Like, you ain't clumsy no more to me." And so Diana turns around and she mentions how Sutton came for her miscarriage at the event. In other words, asking her how was she at the event after being on bed rest, right? And Sutton says that Diana mocked her. So they're getting this back and forth, and to where Sutton says that she's a spokesperson for women of all over America and the world for miscarriages or whatever. And Diana says, like, "I feel like I need help when I'm trying to talk to you. It's very difficult to talk to you." And they get in this back and forth to where Diana's like, "Are you all right? Are you seriously? What's going through your mind?" And Sutton at this point is getting frustrated because Sutton does. What I noticed, one of her triggers is she don't like to be told she's crazy or psycho, anything of that nature. It kind of triggers.
She is
right. It triggers her. Go ahead.
Her father committed suicide, so mental illness is probably a huge trigger. So using words like "you're crazy," "you're out of control," "you're unstable." When Crystal called her unstable last season, she had a whole meltdown. "Baby, you are a little bit. You should probably go to therapy." But I can see where that would be like, "Girl,
and
please stay away from that word."
No telling how many times her ex-husband called her crazy when he was going.
Well, that's what Antonio just said. I'm sure that also called her crazy. Yeah, probably.
Sutton can be a
I
lot.
bet you were calling
Sutton,
that heifer crazy when she walked out with all that money after that divorce. I bet you real crazy, wasn't it?
50% to be exact.
Wow.
So they like I said, they have a lot of back and forth moments. And they get to the conversation about Sutton brings up the fact that she thought they was good after the hug. And she says, you know, that was like, I thought we were good. Diana said that was the fakest hug she's ever had, and she could not wait for Sutton to get off of her. And I fell out. I fell out.
My God.
I'm not gonna lie. I said, "Ooh." Look at Danny's like,
Diana's not
that's a
funny.
nasty girl.
Diana wasn't funny. She wasn't interesting. The only thing I would say is today is the first time that Diana felt like a housewife to me because she infuriated me in that conversation. I was so angry and I wanted to choke Diana myself.
Absolutely.
So it's the first time that I felt she checked into work today.
Well, I would say this is another week the bitch made me laugh.
There was nothing that was funny about her other than her licking her chin 90 times.
Not her chips.
Not her chin.
Cortez, I think, Cortez, you said this last week that you think, or it may have been you, Chase, that you think Diana talked with Crystal last year about her issues with Sutton because this energy that she's had with Sutton is very odd. And it's like she's gunning for it. Like Sutton's downfall is that she really, and I think, Danny, you said this last week, Sutton fights or argues with the purpose of like, let's come to a resolution. We're going to do this. We're fine. And then we move forward and we're good. And Diana's having none of that. And she found out Sutton's triggers and she is using all of them to get specifically to get a reaction out of Sutton so she can say, see, I told you, you're exactly that person. And I'm thankful for Sutton for keeping it together.
All Sutton has to do is tell the girls the truth. I don't know what she's telling y'all, but last week the bitch told me she was going to butt head me. Okay, so let's end that where that begins. Okay, like I was really surprised when Lisa Rinna was talking about things that she knows absolutely nothing about. That Sutton did not bring that up. I was really like, you're just gonna let her run with this narrative, and you know, Diana is not a good housewife. And more importantly, she's a liar because she omits the truth. So there's that too.
She's pitching her wagon to Sutton.
She did make me laugh.
She's pitching her wagon to Sutton in hopes of getting her moment.
So Antonio said, I'm glad Sutton didn't cry. So she didn't cry, but she wanted to, and she frustrated me again because instead of her just getting up, leaving the table, or just flat out cussing Diana out, she tried, like when Diana's asking her, like, who is Sutton? Who is Sutton? And Sutton is like literally explaining who she is and things like that. Like, and then, you know, allowing Diana to be like, so you say. At this point, Diana is just kind of, to me, winning the argument because Sutton is just falling into it. Instead of just like Sutton, it's like she has moments to where she turns it up and then she turns it off. And then she goes back into this and then she turns it up. I want her to be consistent in an argument.
She doesn't want to be that person, you guys.
She genuinely wants to be liked. She really wants to be liked by these women. She wants to be friends. And I'm like, fuck this heifer. Fuck this human trafficking heifer.
Diana is attacking Sutton for Crystal. Crystal is pulling all the strings for.
And the gag is this whole time Crystal and Sutton have been hanging out. So Diana's looking like a big fool.
I don't think it's Crystal, you guys. I think it's Rinna.
I definitely think it's Rinna. So I think it goes back to the Sutton and Rinna thing. I think Rinna is like, somebody said that she is having an issue with, like, she having an issue basically not getting a lot of camera time. Rinna ain't got shit going on. So what I think is happening, I think there are a lot of scenes being filmed or happening. Maybe not have scenes at all to where Rinna is talking to Miss Liquid Lips, and I think she's kind of hyping her up. I think she's talking to her, and unfortunately, it's helping Diana because Diana getting screen time and Rinna ain't getting shit.
Oh no!
I don't think Diana's.
I didn't miss her. Was she there this week?
Who, Rinna?
No, Rinna didn't show up at all except for the beginning.
She had one scene,
and she had no lines.
With Harry,
she had a scene.
Huh?
She had a scene.
Harry. What did they have a scene with Harry?
You talking about like the little 5 seconds they just show?
Yeah.
She walked.
Lord.
Interesting.
Well, I guess she got a paycheck this week.
So what are y'all thoughts on this whole back and forth? Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point, I'm kind of tired of this already. I'm just kind of getting tired of this. Diana don't really have. She has a reason, kind of now, to not like Sutton, but she don't have a reason to have such a hard disdain for her. And I'm tired of Sutton trying to be friends with her. It's just getting to be stupid.
That's what I'm tired of.
I wish that Diana
cut the bitch go.
Well, the things that Diana said, I can actually get with her reasoning for not really, jiving with Sutton. I wish she would have said it in the moment. And I wish she would have been direct in the moment and not did all this fake ass hugging and did this and did that. She completely invalidates herself. So when Sutton is confused, I actually think she has a reason to be confused. Girl, we hug. Yeah. For Sutton, that's like, I love you, I love me. Like Shimmery, Shimmerah, right? And so...
Not Bugle Boy Jayne.
Well,
Lord.
It's not the Z Cavaricis.
Yeah, that's it.
They were $2,000 probably. Diana keeps saying, like, you can't keep coming up to me and screaming at me and fighting with me. I was like, one, Sutton has never brought that energy to you. At that dinner when Sutton raised your voice, you kept talking over her and you inserted yourself in a situation. I would have yelled at you too. Like, shut the fuck up.
She is weird.
She's a very weird lady. And she's getting under Sutton's skin, and oh my God. I hold my breath every single time I can see Sutton just get worked up because me.
Well, it don't matter.
Like
She's not gonna be at Bravo.
She went in the car and she cried. She cried in that car.
She did. TKC.
She went to roll on that face, that thing.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all right though. We got 30 more episodes of Diana. She's not gonna be at BravoCon. She's not gonna be at LeanCon. And she's not gonna be at the
and she ain't gonna be here next year.
She will not be. Now listen, she may be a little funny too, but she won't be at LeanCon. But
the only con she is XCon.
What type of? I see a lot of comments in the chat about what kind of jeans Sutton had on. Boy, Callie said Wranglers, and then Brooke said JCPenney. What kind of jeans did Sutton have on? Let us know in the chat panel. What y'all think? Give us one.
Z Cavaricis.
Oh, okay.
She's taking it back for high school.
I think it was House of Darion.
I love Jordache.
There wasn't enough embroidery on them jeans to be House of Darion. Not enough doilies.
It was Darion. It was the first the line they came out with.
They only made one pair.
And they was low budget.
Well,
they were probably very high budget.
We're gonna talk about the fashions. Let's go ahead and talk about what the fuck Diana been wearing. Listen, Diana, for somebody who don't go in stores, maybe you might want to start because none of your shit be making sense. You go look at that shit before you put it on.
Damn.
Oh no, those were BB.
Oh, baby jeans.
What they say on Moesha? Baby fat. Oh, what? This is baby fat. Oh no, that's just fat, baby.
Baby, y'all taking it back. How old are some of y'all? Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in here for a few callers today. That concludes our show. Fair episode. It wasn't just that great of an episode, but this is gonna be a long season. So, child, we can have some slower episodes. But as you see, if you watch, we have 150 people watching right now, which means that when this live ends, we should have at least 150
likes.
Just
right now, we have 49. The math ain't mathing.
It ain't mathing.
That's a horrible ratio.
Yes, exactly. It hasn't. And before we let our callers on, I do want to take this time to mention where it come off. I can't find it. It went away. Oh, there it is, right there. So basically, of course, y'all know we have 4 live shows that happen this week. I mean, every week or whatever. So I want to make sure everyone knows what time those shows come on, what the shows are, who's on those panels. So if you look at the screen right now, he's cutting everybody's face, child. It's kind of small, but Atlanta on Mondays, Married to Medicine is now on Tuesdays, hosted by Chase. You can find Chase, Jasmine, Antonio, and Sammy on that panel. They had a time last night.
Boy, we had a time.
They had a time last night.
Of course, you can find
that show was funny from the beginning to the end. Funny.
It was definitely a really good show.
Cortez, why you got our names inverted on Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
I'm not Jay.
Why you're not there?
Oh, wow. He put the brown people with the mismatched names. Okay.
That's y'all looking like. Well, I'm sorry.
And it's live television.
What they to say? I'm sorry, Candy.
Run the tapes.
Candy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, like I said, you can find all these shows. James,
this feels like when Andy. Yes, you can. I'm so sorry. Can I get my name? You got my name right. Okay.
All right, one last time before Jamie interrupts me again. You can find Atlanta on Mondays, Married to Medicine on Tuesdays, Beverly Hills on Wednesdays, and Ultimate Girlship on Thursdays. The panel changes up, but these are all of our live shows, not extended to any other shows like College Hill that we're doing week to week, like me and Asia. So just check out our little lineup, child. We're trying to get a little lineup so y'all can know when to find us at all times. But at this moment, as we say, we are booked and busy. So if you're watching,
very busy, honey. We are very busy, honey.
Very much so. Very much so. All right. So our first caller is going to be Kyra, because last week I had let Kyra on last and she said I was rushing her. So I'm gonna make sure that Kyra get on and get all the time she needs today.
Time on the Kyra clock and start now.
Hi everyone. Enjoying today. So again, I'm gonna run through my people. I think Garcelle handled it well, because the fact of the matter is Erika was not combative. And also, we forget, Garcelle also told Erika to her face, you need to figure out your alcohol and pills. And Erika starts explaining herself to Garcelle. Now, Kyle didn't mess it up, but I think it's very smart in the sense that Kyle keeps putting her foot into it. Every time all she has to do is sit back, she keeps putting her foot into it, and people are running her on their interweb streets. And so I find that kind of fascinating that she can't help herself, because I think in the sense of she's used to butting in and she's not used to being called out. And I think the Fox Force, whatever they're called, are sticking out more than ever, just telling how wrong they are, especially since this topic is so like contrived that they're all laughing. Especially since Kyle is now on the internet lying about apologizing to Garcelle, even though she was just in a magazine last week saying she hadn't talked to Garcelle yet, and she hasn't texted her because of the time zone difference. But now all of a sudden, you, Mauricio, rush to apologize. And I also find interesting too, because the thing about it is she just now, because I think this is very gross to me. I don't think that Kyle thought she was going to get the backlash that she did for laughing at the Jack situation, because on Instagram stories she apologized for what she said to Sutton, and she explained why she was laughing about Jax. So I think she thought she was getting more in trouble for, which she should still, putting her hands on Sutton and the whole your miscarriages of bullshit and all that kind of stuff. But I think she expected more backlash from that, and she was not expecting people to care about a little black biracial boy being accosted by a white woman. And so that's now all of a sudden she's talking about, I apologize, but now we're watching you on TV. And Erika, if it's genuine or not, at least she's taking responsibility and not trying to make a whole lot of excuses or fight Garcelle on it. And for some reason, you are talking. It's like you were talking, you don't need to. And Chase, I'm with Cortez on this one. She said that it could lead to an alcoholism, and don't you think you need to nip it in the bud now? Because
wait a minute.
She said what she said.
I have to say. In the moment, I also said what? Corrected. Did everybody miss that?
Yes. No, I'm just saying I also heard it too.
I just need to let you need to let the record show. I said.
But I also followed up with Garcelle said, don't you think you need to nip in the buck because what's her name? Bio keeps saying, oh, it's only 2 incidences. But also we forget that Erika's been talking about mixing pills and alcohol since last season. She's been talking about this and on the floor, a little lazy, and it's getting worse. So I can see her saying nip this in the butt. And also, it just Kyle keeps stepping in it, because why would you bring up Kim when people are already roasting you on the internet about how you treated Kim and her issues? And you put that in the forefront. Like, she cannot help herself.
She also stole that lady goddamn house. I'm sorry.
Yes. I don't understand Diana. For me, she is so boring. And I clutched my neck when I saw a young woman who looks like she's of African ancestry on her couch. I was, oh baby, why are you here?
I forgot about that. That was
next trafficking,
right?
Yeah, but also I think she needs to stop talking about being Bosnian, because the people are already on the interwebs, supposedly her childhood friends, talking about how she was not poor. And she even was talking about how her family owned land and everyone had their own house. So that does not equate to you talking about you grew up poor. Yeah, someone's on the internet saying that her mom had money and they would go on vacations, all that kind of stuff, and she was always into getting the older and wealthy men.
Ooh.
And she messed up, because I can get your family, but it's interesting that she says her family owned a plot of land and everyone had their own individual houses. Instead of, at least you own a plot of land and everyone lives in one house. It is interesting that she said they owned land and everyone had their own houses, but yet you're poor.
Feel free to tweet us. Tweet us those links, Kyra. Feel free. I would love it.
Okay, Kyra, I got 2 more callers to get on, so I'm about to let you go. Okay. But I hope you were able to get everything out.
No, I wasn't. But just go ahead. One more thing.
It's gonna call the lean the Kyra edition.
No, one more thing. I didn't get to say this last week. I think Sutton didn't start crying because she was back in the corner. I think the fact of the matter is, Diane was using her miscarriage as a way to be petty to Garcelle, and then when Sutton was trying to be empathetic about it, all of a sudden now we see the flashback of Diana literally making fun of this woman sharing that I can understand you because I had 2 miscarriages. And the fact that Kyle sat there and did not say anything.
Ooh, you were holding that in since last week, weren't you, baby?
Well, it came up again because now Diana's acting like she doesn't know anything and that she didn't do anything. When you're up in that woman's face laughing.
That's why I called her a liar, Kyle. She's a liar.
Okay,
she's a liar.
I'll go now. Since I'm getting kicked off.
All right, Kyle. You know what? You have a good night.
Bye, Kyra.
We're gonna give Kyra.
In the words of Olivia Kendall on the Cosby Show, her mouth is fast.
Listen, we love Kyra. However, we do have other callers, and so with that being said, we're gonna let our next caller, which is somebody that Danny Summon Child is in the go.
Oh, Sookie now.
Indigo is back. I ain't seen her all season. How you doing? What's going on? And you're on camera.
Oh, it's your camera. Oh, hey, baby.
Can we hear you? Indigo giving low budget. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
No, Indigo, no.
Disconnecting.
We're gonna let the next person on while you get that audio together, okay? All right, our next person is going to be Miss Lovable Lisa, who I can't even see.
Hello. You can see me. You can see me.
We can see you now. What's going on?
So, now, this way I'm gonna tell y'all something tonight. I'm really gonna be really honest tonight. I really think it's Lisa Eva Crystal who is gashing up Diana. I really do. But I think it's more like Lisa gashing up Diana though, because Lisa really can't stand Sutton. I know she really can't. You know, she looks at her like, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't matter. Y'all already know I don't like Sutton, okay? And I really can't stand Diana, but I like Diana to get Sutton ass together though too, like tonight. She really did. She said, "Who is Sutton? Who is Sutton? Who is Sutton?" And Sutton couldn't even answer the goddamn question. You know what I'm saying? So, and other words of this, I like it with Diana said, "Baby, I need a turn. I need help." And you know, when you not coming at her, like when you on one by herself with somebody, she cool, but in a group setting, she wanna come in like real aggressive. Like she want to put that bitch move out. She want what my deal say. She want to make a what they say a wish move. What they call it? She want to be
I think I
know really one-on-one. She can't beat the case. I can't study personally, so I'm just saying. Only thing I like about tonight was I liked when she right here stepped in on Cal and Garcelle Buffer. She was saying I can understand because Ken was an alcoholic, and even though she did put her sister business out there, okay,
she did.
She put her sister shit out there. She stole the girl house. That's like Ken started drinking.
She did.
She stole. You gonna pick up a bottle? Okay? So that's something that's the only part that I really like about it.
Lisa, your audio is going in and out, and it's kind of hard to hear. I know for me, so I'm gonna have to let you out because I can't. Your audio is going in and out. It's hard to hear. Okay. So
okay, Don. I'll see y'all next week.
Okay, thank you for calling.
I'll see y'all next week. Okay?
See you next week, Lisa.
We love Lisa. Lisa just may not be having the best signal right now, so we're gonna let our Indigo. You were back in the queue. What happened? She left. So okay.
Come back in, Indigo.
I know. Come back in here. Our last call in the room. Indigo is gonna be. Hey, what's going on? Hey, welcome back to the lady.
Hello. I was laughing the entire time as Chase and Danny's face.
We had a whole meeting about faces, so I'm glad you let me know these faces ain't been fixed.
Thanks a lot, A. Thanks a lot, A.
Thanks for ratting us out.
What you got to say?
What you got to say?
But I do like your outfit, Chase. So, but I wanted to say that I think the last scene was hilarious because it was just two awkward people talking to each other, and I feel like they needed like a mediator. Diana was saying that she needed a mediator, but I feel like Sutton needed a mediator as well.
Diana needed a translator. Was that right? I was trying to be.
So,
I actually understood her I understand her when she's trying to be combative. I don't understand her in casual conversation. That's when I lose it a little bit.
So you're saying the accent is fake? You're saying that she knows how to speak whenever she's being rude to somebody?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not how it works, right?
Okay.
I just think, I don't know, it was just weird. I just knew that, the way that Diana came up, I was like, Sutton, you're in trouble. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know. Sutton needs somebody to be by her side in order to act up. I feel like she needs Garcelle. She needs a crowd, or else I feel like she's going to be crying, having a fit. Her reactions are not it. I'm sorry, but I feel like everybody wants to hype up Sutton and say that she's that girl, but she's not. And even though
she's that girl when she's got some liquor.
Not you didn't woke Danny up. Thank you, A. Wake him up.
Is this Mello? This is our friend Mello's burner account because I don't like what's being said right now. I don't like this at all.
Look, I love Sutton, right? But I just get she's trying her best. You know what I mean? She's improving every season. I see it, but she's not there yet. And I feel like she doesn't have it in her. As Chase have said, she's almost there, but she doesn't have it in her yet.
Big Sut.
Very Alex McCord.
Not Alex McCord.
She's little Sut.
Big Sut in training.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. BSIT. Big Sut in training.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, you got anything else for us before we ready to lean out?
I just wanted to say that I like Garcelle's response. I like her, and I appreciate her letting Erika speak, and they had a conversation with one another. I think that for the first time that Erika was being very genuine. I've never seen Erika actually apologize to somebody. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, as somebody said on the chat, she didn't really have a leg to stand on, as somebody said. She was basically yeah, I messed up. There's no excuses because it's a child now. And she knows the optics. And I know, and I like how Garcelle checked Kyle, because Kyle thought that Garcelle wouldn't catch her faces because Kyle's always giving it face. So Garcelle was like, what's that face? And Carl was explaining it. And then Garcelle was like, no, that's not it. And so I like that.
Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you for letting it. Okay, and don't listen to these people in the comments talking about some because you against Sutton, baby. You are entitled to feel the way you want. I just think you make sure you stand in it.
They're gonna jump you
even more, man. They're gonna jump you though, but
they're gonna have to jump you out.
Are we really gonna send her back to these comments?
I don't know if you can send the link again.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling.
Hey, you can yourself.
We got
it.
All right.
Be yourself.
Right, Team A. Come on, Jasmine. Just like I'm Team Brittany. Come on, Indigo up in here. Oh, look, baby. Come outside. Hey, we're not gonna jump you.
David has been on one tonight, by the way.
David, Rook King, and TKC are just cutting up in the comments.
The girls in the comments are brave.
I'm gonna put TKC in time out, but
we don't have any brand partnerships messing around with TKC. Be nice.
Right, we can't. All right, this is gonna be our last caller for real. Because Indigo, I think she got an audience together. Let's pray. Okay, child, I don't think it's worked because that clap didn't come through.
I know she laughing.
Indigo, we can't hear you, boo. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the headphones, but there's no audio. Your visual is great. The video is
excellent. Well, it was good to see her face.
You look gorgeous.
She looks great.
Okay, we can't hear you, boo. So we're gonna have to lean out. I'm sorry.
Ah!
Are you cheering, Jamie?
No, I'm like, Don't start no mess, Diana.
Yeah, it's not working, Indigo. Okay, but listen, y'all make sure y'all also check out Indigo's page. She does tarot card reading as well. We've a few of us have
great reviews too. You guys.
A few of us have actually been on her show, so check out her channel as well. Sorry, Indigo. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get ready to lean out. It's been a lovely what we call it, child? Why that Wednesday?
Wednesday Night Live, honey.
Wednesday Night Live. I forget.
Why is that so hard to remember?
I don't know.
Jamie, stop being clumsy with your words, Jamie.
Oh no, I'm very purposeful. I meant to hurt him.
Yeah, flip-flop and heifer. Anyway,
your paycheck will reflect that.
Okay.
So 0, less than 0.
Audio. Okay, y'all. Well, listen. So we're gonna get ready to lean out for real. Good show. Thank you, Chase, Danny, and Jamie. Getting out of here. Thank you to A and Lisa and Kyra and Indigo for Indigo. Sorry, you're gonna try again next week. Or let us know in the comments what you thought about the whole show, Indigo. But also make sure, I know that Beverly Hills is like one of the better shows in terms of success for the channel. Make sure y'all check out Real Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, and Ultimate Girls Trip. Those are actually some really good shows, different panelists or whatever. So you may find somebody else. I know y'all like Jamie, some of y'all like Danny, some of y'all like Chase, whatever y'all like. You'll find some other flavors on other shows. So check out
some of y'all.
Atlanta. It's live on Mondays.
I shaded me.
Married to Medicine on Tuesdays, and like I said, Ultimate Girl Trips on Thursday. Check out those shows and
they cut up.
We really appreciate it.
And Married to Medicine, I have to say again, was an amazing time last night.
They cut up. They cut up, y'all.
They was acting cool. If you like foolery, and what did he say? If you're gonna do an act of plum food, you're gonna do it without me.
For 2
Oh yeah,
no, I'll do it. Y'all have a good one, okay? And we'll see y'all next time.
Thanks again, guys.